Have you ever heard the phrase, behind every dark cloud there's a silver lining? Well, such is the case with COVID-19. So today we explore a few positive takeaways from this experience. We also look at measures by the Ministry of National Security to protect inmates from the pandemic and also to provide security for citizens. The details right after this message. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Welcome.
To celebrate National Children's Day on Friday, May 15, the National Child Month Committee, NCMC, will host a virtual picnic party and talent show from 2 to 3 p.m. and all children are invited. The event will be streamed live via the Institute of Jamaica YouTube channel and the National Child Month Committee's Facebook page at NCMCJA. You will be able to call in and interact and also send greetings to your family and friends. Picnic party will feature talent pieces submitted by children to the NCMC Facebook page. Up to May 8, youngsters aged 6 to 17 were encouraged to share videos or photographs showcasing their talent in the performing and visual arts under the Child Month theme, Unplug Negativity, Connect Positivity, Think. So, join the National Child Month Committee virtual picnic party and talent show from 2 to 3 p.m., streaming live via the Institute of Jamaica's YouTube channel and the National Child Month Committee's Facebook page.
We now hear the latest COVID-19 update from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Of the 509 cases confirmed with COVID-19 to date, in the last 24 hours, 13 more patients have recovered and have been released from hospital. This brings the total number of recoveries to 113. This is a recovery rate of some 22.2%. And you would have seen that in the last week or so, we have seen a fairly high increase in the number of recoveries, which is a very positive development and in keeping with our expectations given when we discovered the first positive case. 9 persons have died, unfortunately, which is a 1.8% death rate of the total number of positives, which by benchmark numbers based on the short history of the virus is relatively low. Nevertheless, every life loss is a loss, and we regret that. But 9 persons have died from COVID-19 to date. There are now 387 active cases. Of note, there are no moderately or critically ill cases at this time. And that is again worth highlighting that for the most part, and as of now, the positive cases are cases that are not critical or even moderately ill. These are persons who are primarily asymptomatic, and we can comment more on that later on. In terms of the classification, Jamaica now has 41 imported cases. 193 cases are contacts of confirmed cases. So 25 cases are import-related, 61 are related to a local transmission cases, not epidemiologically linked. 96 are contacts of employees in the workplace cluster in St. Catherine. 11 are contacts of confirmed cases under investigation. 24 are local transmission cases not epidemiologically linked. 251 are under investigation. 224 of those under investigation are linked to the workplace cluster, and then there are 27 others. The community quarantine in St. Mary, the Dover, Enfield, and Anota Bay communities remain under 14-day quarantine with effect from Thursday, May 7th, 2020 at 6 a.m. to Thursday, May 21st, 2020 at 6 a.m. That quarantine arrangements are in effect. We have announced the actual boundaries and the restrictions, and when they apply, when they are eased up for persons to do shopping, that is a matter of public record, and that continues. We want to just remind the public, or in particular those in the zone, that mobile pharmacy services are available for persons who need those services. So in the case of Enfield, on Tuesdays 9 a.m. to noon, Dover, Thursdays 9 a.m. to noon, and Anota Bay, Saturdays 9 a.m. to noon. The mobile NHF pharmacy drug serve window is available in those communities during these days and times to allow persons who have requirements, medication requirements, to access their medication. In terms of food packaging distribution, of course, the Ministry of Labour continues to do that, and persons who may have particular needs or require additional information can get that information either by calling the 888 One Love number or by reaching out to the contact tracers who are in the community on a regular basis. 426 patients are in isolation currently. 123 persons of interest are in quarantine at a government facility. In terms of testing, so far we have tested 7,552 samples. 6,998 are negative, and we have 55 pending.
By order, under the Disaster Risk Management Act, you must wear a mask in all public access places and in public transportation. If you wear a mask and I wear a mask, we are all safer.
As the government continues to implement crime-fighting measures, the National Security Ministry has bolstered the national surveillance system and mobility of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Here's more.
The police car remains one of the most important assets in the maintenance of public safety in our society. This fleet represents the continued thrust to modernize our police force. These vehicles are modified in a way that takes into account our terrain, our circumstances, and the requirements of policing in Jamaica. Along with other technology, we have been able to be more responsive to the needs of the public, which has supported us in taking on the new tasks and roles associated with the COVID-19 pandemic, even as we remain committed to our normal policing duties. These vehicles are equipped with tracking systems that will allow for greater visibility of the deployment of these assets, as well as greater accountability and fleet management. The systems will also make our officers more efficient on the job. Our patrol vehicle is a visible deterrent to criminals and a welcome symbol of protection and reassurance to citizens. We should never be challenged by immobility in responding to citizens' needs, and this is a timely contribution as we increase our presence to reassure the nation. These vehicles will significantly advance the constabulary's modernization and transformation agenda.
There are 33 new bikes to come as well, because the bikes are a critical part of what we do, but all that reflects a continuing commitment to ensure our security forces is effectively equipped, efficiently positioned to deal with the kind of crime we have in modern Jamaica. This government is committed to providing an effective security apparatus for the country, and this is symbolic of what we want to do. And during the course of 2019-2020, we in fact acquired some 367 new vehicles at a cost of near $2 billion. That was the commitment of this government to continue with the development of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. In addition to the mobility, we have a whole new formation devoted to technology, which is important, as I said, in going forward, because without modern technology, we cannot function. Between the technology formation and our mobility, we are looking at improving the efficiency of the police force. And we have said, beside response time, there are other things happening. And I'm confident that as we proceed over this year and into the next, we maintain our commitment to giving the police force the resources they require and begin the process of expanding the numbers, as we expand our training facility, the country can take comfort. We will overcome the disease of crime as well as the disease of COVID-19. This is the first signing of an agreement MOU with a private sector grouping to extend our surveillance activity across the island at critical business activity.
The JGRA commends the Ministry of National Security and the Jamaica I team on this initiative to make Jamaica a safer country. We as an organization are ready to implement this program with our members and encourage the entire industry to get on board with this initiative.
It is noticeable that in the last year in particular, we have seen significant increase in events targeting air business activity, which operates with a heavy cash load on a normal basis. So gas stations, supermarkets in rural Jamaica, and money transfer stations are prime targets for criminals who are focused on getting ready cash. In order to ensure we have significant reduction of this kind of activity crime, we have to identify, apprehend, and prosecute the criminals involved. That is the surest way of ensuring we can stop any criminal activity. And this means ensuring that we have enough eyes to identify the individuals. In addition to the need for first-person affidavits, we have developed the Jamaica program, which is extending our capacity to survey section of the island on a much more extensive basis. The entire system, the core of the system, is now in place, and we are now looking at expanding and developing partnerships with several of our private sector business groupings.
We further encourage other private sector entities to come forward and engage the Jamaica I with the aim of working together to reap the benefits of a lower crime rate in Jamaica. And we see this partnership as the next logical step to ensure that we support the country's fight against criminal elements.
If we all pull together, I can assure the various business owners that the police can provide the kind of security blanket required, but it needs full cooperation at all times by all involved. So again, let me commend the Jamaica Gasoline Retailers Association for initiating this event, and we look forward to expanding this to other challenge areas throughout Jamaica.
To properly carry out a hand rub, apply a palmful of the product in your cupped hand, covering all surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Rub your right palm over the back of your left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotationally rub backwards and forwards the clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Once your hands are dry, they are now safe.
Protocols have been established at correctional facilities to prevent any outbreak of COVID-19. We share those procedures with you following a tour by National Security State Minister Matthew Samuda.
Inmates here are older, but the correctional service has a duty of care for all inmates and wards. And just like the other correctional facilities, we've implemented strict measures in terms of protective equipment for staff and the sanitizing of areas in the institutions. The same pertains here at New Broughton.
At this stage, we now have a mask protocol for all staff in line with the Prime Minister's declaration under the most recent disaster order. We also have checked that the wash stations are in all facilities as they're supposed to be, and hand sanitizer has been properly distributed. We've also ensured that all points of entry for all of our facilities have the ability to do temperature checks. That the questionnaire that we've insisted at the entrance to all facilities is actually being used. So, things are progressing, but more importantly, because we're out of the first phase when, the virus had just come to Jamaica, we've also planned, should the worst visit us, and there indeed become someone infected in one of our facilities, and all facilities have their isolation space. So this group is particularly vulnerable, because as we've said time and time again, the virus won't appear here by accident. It will be brought in by either a visitor or by a guard. Now we've suspended visits, so it really only puts the responsibility on our warders to keep the virus out. So we still have to review what is taking place at all of our facilities nationally to ensure that the procedures we've put in place are indeed being adhered to.
Since the COVID, we have built about 160 masks, and we have issued over 50 to members of staff. We will continue to do it for the inmates when it comes, because it's an open air institution. So what we have to do, we sensitize them daily as to what may happen if and when they should catch it. But what happens now, what we do for ourselves as members of staff, we carry the safety precaution, staying at the front, doing necessary safety, wash our hands, temperature, etc. So we try to secure ourselves to secure them.
I've toured quite a few other facilities thus far. I mean, we've been trying to do it on a weekly basis to allow for the internal ministry work. However, generally what I'm seeing is good levels of adherence to the procedures that the Commissioner would have circulated in his plan of action. But even where we don't tour, we have a Friday morning call weekly with all superintendents that go through the checklist to really see how we're doing and how preparations are progressing, and to really have a frank assessment as to where we are in terms of our own preparation. And we have been having significant dialogue with the Ministry of Health to ensure that our protocols match theirs, and that there is procedures in place for the potential need to transfer prisoners to their facilities.
Care applicants who applied for compassionate grant and who applied for their compassionate grant to be paid to a remittance company, just to update you that your compassionate grant has been paid over to the remittance company that you selected on your behalf. And your compassionate grant will be with your remittance company until the 30th of June. So that gives you all of May and it gives you all of June to collect your compassionate grant.
Well, my experience still, the only problem I have really is just I'm not working. My work, I'm a freelance waitress. So my work is down, but I'm grateful for it. Even if I didn't get any, so long somebody who well in need of it, get it, I'm good.
I'm a girl, I don't really, what I call it now, about the freeness. I need a bag to go to church, and I'm going to buy a bag to go to church. The rest I buy stuff to put into my house for my kids them.
Feel good, Can help out a little. I'm going to really buy some little stuff with it, like some rice and flour and some tin mackerel and them stuff. Yeah.
At this time, I'm actually happy to receive this fund because it's able to provide some extra food on my table, and it was well needed in a time like now.
I can say I'm grateful for this money, and knowing me, I'm going to rinse it, turn it, I'm going to do whatever I should do. That, grateful, good for my son and me.
Well, you see that system here, sir? Smooth and other as a system outside. I like how the setting, the cooperate, or the people them really cooperate.
After we come in, sit down, the process was easy because we just get with tracking number, get our TRN intact and our ID, went to the window, and it took us like about less than 5 minutes to get through.
This morning when I came, we begin with some numbering system, and that helped to organize the crowd. You know, everybody was in a line and in their right position. So I think if they practice this kind of way, it will be easier in the long run.
Did you know that the COVID-19 situation is not all gloom and doom? Just think about it. If you are one of those persons working from home, it's more time to spend with family. And for persons making masks, it's an economic opportunity. So let's look at other positives that you can embrace.
Child Month 2020 is upon us, and the theme that is driving this year's commemoration is Unplug Negativity, Connect Positivity, Think. In light of the COVID-19 outbreak, the National Child Month Committee of Jamaica could not have chosen a more timely theme this year. Parents and guardians are being reminded that, despite the negative impact of the virus, they must help their children identify and embrace the positive aspects of the pandemic. Believe it or not, COVID-19 has its fair share of benefits, not just for nature and wildlife due to a less busy and polluted world, but also for us as humans. Let's explore. One of the most obvious benefits of the COVID-19 outbreak is that family members are now able to spend more quality time together due to the government's distance learning and work-from-home policies. Parents have more time on their hands to do more activities with their children, and in doing more, they're learning more about them. Children are now able to bond with them and develop a greater sense of belonging and purpose. Spending more time at home as a result of the COVID-19 outbreak also allows families to carry out more routines that can support children's health and well-being. Routines help children to know what to expect and what is expected of them. It helps to build their confidence, time management skills, and their ability to behave in different situations. Routines such as regular washing of hands, daily exercise, and dance time help children to stay healthy and hygienic too. They may also reduce stress, and lowering stress is good for children's immune systems. Now more than ever, children are able to explore and embrace the abundance of knowledge on every subject area that's available to them at their fingertips online. COVID-19 forces children and parents to discover new digital ways to learn. They get to learn about the new online sites, learning apps, and websites that are credible and safe. On a similar note, the COVID-19 pandemic is helping us to stay connected with others in creative ways. Though the outbreak requires families to practice social distancing, communication with our friends and loved ones must go on. These may include creating e-cards and participating in group video calls, virtual birthday parties, and virtual church services. These online interactions can teach children digital literacy and enable them to thrive in today's highly technological world. How could I forget that the COVID-19 pandemic is giving children more me time? They no longer have to wake extremely early to get ready for school. They can now stay in bed a little later. They have more time to do the things they enjoy, such as art and craft, reading novels, and developing their skills. These are just a few of the advantages of the coronavirus outbreak that are evident around us, but I'm sure others exist. Let's take the time to discover other benefits and instill positive values and attitudes in our children. Help them to become critical thinkers and solution-oriented so that they can unplug the negativities and connect to the positives around us each day.
During this time of the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, literally every face-to-face meeting, conference, and class has been cancelled in favor of going online. However, we must remember to cater as best as possible to the deaf and hard of hearing. We implore members of the private sector and users of social media to use the services of a sign language interpreter where and when possible. For further information on how to assist the deaf and hard of hearing, contact the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities at 876-926-9376 or 876-618-1133. We ask all our stakeholders to play their part in catering for persons with disabilities. Take care of our persons with disabilities, not only today, but every single day. A message from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
To celebrate National Children's Day on Friday, May 15, the National Child Month Committee, NCMC, will host a virtual picnic party and talent show from 2 to 3 p.m. and all children are invited. The event will be streamed live via the Institute of Jamaica YouTube channel and the National Child Month Committee's Facebook page at NCMCJA. You will be able to call in and interact and also send greetings to your family and friends. Picnic Party will feature talent pieces submitted by children to the NCMC Facebook page. Up to May 8, youngsters aged 6 to 17 were encouraged to share videos or photographs showcasing their talent in the performing and visual arts under the Child Month theme, Unplug Negativity, Connect Positivity, Think. So, join the National Child Month Committee virtual picnic party and talent show from 2 to 3 p.m., streaming live via the Institute of Jamaica's YouTube channel and the National Child Month Committee's Facebook page.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, gis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at gis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.